Welcome to Fallout 76, this is Jim. In this video we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Thursday, November 27th, 2025. Let's take a look at and see what we got for today. Alright, we get some good ones here. And many videos on my channel that'll help you guys out. I get different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas over there if you're a brand spanking new player to the game, a returning player, even if you're an experienced player, this particular daily weekly challenge is giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that'll help you. Try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. Of course, you guys are awesome with the great comments and tips, which are greatly appreciated. If you do wonder why I have slightly more score than you, the top right hand corner of the screen is a 25% boost. Of course, I claim that right off the current season 22 season pass on 3 pages, a 5%, 10%, additional 10%, which you can claim by being a Fallout First member or by paying the 1500 atoms for the season pass. Now, talking about seasons and season passes, this is the last week for the current season 22 season pass, because this coming Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025 will be a brand new update, brand new season 23, so new rewards, etc. Now, if you do have any tickets remaining on this current season 22 season pass, I recommend using them as tickets right now, because the tickets do not transfer over to as tickets to the next season. They'll actually turn into gold bullion. All right, so just a little mention, just a little reminder there. And also, if you are a person like myself who does pay for Fallout First, and you are, kind of new to the game, that 25% boost you see there in the top right-hand corner of the screen, as we go into the next season 23, that boost will go down to 0%. Okay, and then we're going to have to unlock the pages, the 3 pages, in order to get that 25% back. But usually the very first page has the 5% boost. Okay, and then as you go along, a few other pages will have the extra 10 and then the other 10. Now I am probably about halfway through the hour here. Unfortunately, it's just the way the time I was able to log on. I had to re-roll a couple of the challenges here. Of course, it is mutation week. We do have public mutations every hour on top of the hour. It'll be random depending on the server that you're on. So I did end up having to re-roll them because I have quite a bit of stuff I had to do this afternoon, plus I have to go to work tonight. So I did re-roll complete a mutated public event. I got this one here instead. Collect a board game 1 and kill 10 mutated enemies. Okay, and I got this one here instead. Cripple a Mirelurk Slim 2. But just remember, you have to kill the mutated enemies during the event, the public mutated event. So not all public mutated events are created equal. Sometimes there's not a whole lot of enemies to go around. Sometimes those events go very quickly, but I would say half of them are pretty decent where there's lots of enemies around. So just kind of keep that in mind. You may have to server hop or wait till the next hour for that one to pop up. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to track these bad boys here. Let's take a look at this one here first. Scrap junk to produce ceramic 5. So ceramic is a junk item in which we can use the bulk and scrap method at any Tinker's Workbench here in the game. Let's go to a Tinker's Workbench. We're going to use the one right here in our camp. We're going to go ahead and go craft. Again, any Tinker's Workbench will do. Go down here to bulk, down here to the C section. So the bulk ceramic, all you need is 15 ceramic scrap and 2 plastic from your stash of scrap box. Go ahead, you bulk your 1 ceramic, and then you scrap it. Is hands down the fastest, quickest, easiest way to complete this daily challenge. It's more so for the folks that are kind of short on time, or for people like they can things done quick and easy. The bulk and scrap method is definitely where it's at for most junk items here in the game. Now, we do actually have a camp resource available to us that actually produces ceramics. Let's take a look at that real quick. It is this curio cabinet right here. As you can see there, 11 ceramic scrap. It also collects asbestos and adhesive. Now, this is in the atomic shop right now, okay? And it is on sale. Someone said that I think it was like 450 atoms. Absolutely fantastic deal by itself. Great little collector, asbestos, ceramic scrap, and adhesive. 3 things you use quite a bit of, and you don't realize how much of it you use until you're out, right? So having a little collector like this in each one of your camps will just save you a whole whack of time. And I mentioned it is on sale in the atomic shop. Now, we can find ceramic in a lot of great ways, a lot of great forms here in the game. A lot of the floral vases that we have in the game, ashtrays, etc. Okay. Now, always keep in mind that I find that a lot of the vases you can't pick up here in the game. Like, we come down here to White Springs, use the front door entrance. There's a lot of vases down here that you just can't pick up. Okay, the game just won't let you pick them up, but other ones you can. So you can actually run around the upstairs or the front door entrance of the White Springs. I think you can gather enough on that main floor where you can get enough ceramic. Okay, because there's a good combination of both of ashtrays as well as bowls, ceramic bowls, and lamps that you can pick up. But if you go up to them and you can't pick them up, there's nothing wrong with the game. It's just the way it is. One of the best spots for that is actually right up here for Ceramic Palace on the Winding Path, because a lot of these vases you can pick up. There will be some that you cannot, okay, but a lot of them you can. There's also same thing with the flower pots. Flower pots right outside the main building. It's a nice little spot there as well. If you will come across plates and stuff like that over the game as well, I think Bolton Greens will have a lot of dirty plates, clean white plates, for example. Another great way to do it. I think there's a couple spots where there's like a lot of ceramic cups. I can't remember for the life of me where that's at. I think it might be Bolton Greens, but you can try that one out there as well. All right, so we're actually going to pop up here to the Palace of the Winding Path just to show you these flower pots here. Oh, one more spot just kind of popped in my head there. Let's turn this light on here. I can't even see myself. There we go. Yeah, baby. Woo. Is right over here, right down here at the Big Al's Tattoo Powder. There's actually a lot of ashtrays here. Really good job for ceramic right there too as well, if you happen to be in around the area. So once when you're here, if you're at the same location as me, we're going to go right over here to the main building. We're going to pop right now. There's going to be, it's pretty neutral for the most part. But you can try inside these smaller buildings. But there's these flower pots right here. So if you take one, go down here to item and then new, one flower pot is just one ceramic. And I think we only need 5 here, do we not? Yeah, we just need 5. So that was 1, 2, 3. See, we can't pick those up. Go canister. I thought there was more of these flower pots over here. Maybe not. Oh, right here. Ah, there we go. Pick up that one up there just in case. There we go. So that's a nice little spot that I don't even have to interact with anyone, right? So all the scores are inside that main building and in the basement, etc. Right? You can, again, you can try these little areas as well. And so here are these floral vases, as I mentioned. All right. Let's go ahead and we're going to scrap this back up. We're going to head right back to our camp and scrap it. Now we can go through this area. There's lots of workbenches around. We can go to another player's camp, another train station, what have you. So you could definitely do this part a little bit quicker. I just like to kind of go back to my camp to set myself up for the next challenge. There's some pencils in here for lead too. All right, Jimmy, let's go ahead and scrap this stuff up here. And any workbench will do. You see your item stats right there in the middle. So each one will give us ceramic. There, scrap those ones as well. There we go. Scrap trying to produce ceramic 5 for 5 done, just like that. And again, that was a re-rolled one. So pretty good chance if you do re-roll, you may not even get this one, because when you do re-roll, it's totally random what you get. But at least in the future, if you do end up with this one, you know where to go and what to do. All right, let's take another look here, Jimmy, see what we can do here. Like the board game 1. So again, we do have a camp resource that will passively collect board games for us here in the game. Is this guy right here, the games covered. And this is the OG one we got last year in 2024. There is a newer version we got this year in 2025. It's I believe it's called the White Springs game cover, but it's the exact same thing. Okay, passively collect board games while you play the game, which is pretty awesome. Plus, they look fantastic. I think a lot of people bought it more so because it's how it looks in your camp more than anything. But if we go transfer, one thing that's really good about board games is they do give you a lot of items, right? Some even give you gold, antiseptic, etc. Some really good junk items to get, and just passively collect. Now I do have a video on this guy. You can check it out if you so wish, if you're on the fence about a games cover, and that way there you can decide. But for these good for, as I mentioned, for these daily, weekly challenges, and board games are good for items. I do have about 5 or 6 videos here on the channel. They're very early on, short videos, maybe about 3 minutes long for the very most part. I show you some great locations for board games that you can find here in the game. We have WV Lumber & Co., Blue Ridge Bunkhouse, Settlers Ridge. Let's keep going here, Jimmy. Right here at the White Spring Resort. Okay, so if you use the front door entrance here, like they call it here in the channel, this icon right here, as soon as you're inside, you take it right up the stairs through the tavern, through the medical bay, through the big wide open area where the responders are. And you keep on going, and you'll see a room down there with a couple pool tables, and there's some NPCs around as well. And right inside that room will be some shelving with, I would say, at least half a dozen board games down there. It's absolutely fantastic little spot. Big Al's Tattoo Parlor, so you could have came here for your ceramic and your board games at the same time. And of course the Fraternity Row, right where you spawn in, we have the Pie House, the one with the red door. We head up the road, the one with the blue door. It is called the Eta Psi House. That's the one with the Nuka-Cola bedroom in it. You head upstairs in those bedrooms, lots of board games up there as well. Right here, the Retreat. It's a pretty good little spot there as well. Head back here, right here in Somersville. So the house, right, the first house on the right-hand side, that is the Burnt Book House, okay? And just out back will be your board games. I think we were there just the other day. Now, don't forget chessboards. Chessboards are also considered board games as well. And the chessboards are the ones that we will normally find off of killing Scorched, Super Mutants, Mole Miners, and the Odd Human or two. Okay, because we get so much junk these days, but I recommend those type of enemies for the most junk. Okay, but that's where we will find the chessboards. Okay, and if you're going around having some fun, getting some XP at the same time, just collect all the junk. Right here in Helvetia, right across the street from the yellow house is a blue house. It's probably about 4 Scorched inside. If you head upstairs, there's a bookshelf right to the left-hand side, the top of the stairs, and there's some board games there, and I believe there's a chessboard there as well. So let's pop in here today in Helvetia just so I can show you that one. I know we had the same one there yesterday, the day before. Someone reminded me again about the chessboards, and I keep forgetting all about it there. You know, one-track mind sometimes when we're doing these videos, but I can always rely on you guys for the quick reminders. I do appreciate that, I really do. And it's totally, you know, I help you guys help me. It's, you know, two-way street here, right? So here's the blue house, one across the street from the yellow house. It's kind of blue. Kind of blue. Let's do this view here, which I don't really use very often. And see if we can get our score. Where are these Scorched at here? Oh. Yeah, it's a lot better going melee with this this way here. Oh, we walked right by him. Yeah, that's a lot better. Wow. So let's see here. So there's a couple of these Scorched we took care of. There's a lot of Scorched around, so we can grab some stuff that way. All right. So right here, as I mentioned, here is this little bookshelf. There's a couple of board games here, and there is a chessboard right there. And again, this is the one that we will normally see off of enemies. So you see, there we go. Collect a board game 1 for 1. There's our chessboard. Pretty cool, eh? There's another board game right there. Pretty awesome. All right, let's see what's next here. Let's see what's next, Jimmy. Collect Brain Fungus 5. All right, so great spots we can find Brain Fungus here in around the Wasteland. Let's take a look at that real quick. One of the best spots is actually right here at the Rusty Pick. This is the free fast travel once when you discover it. So it's right inside the Rusty Pick itself. There's a couple of... what do you want to call it there? Cloves, I guess, of brain fungus that you can grab. There's 2 upstairs, and I would say there's about 3 or 4 downstairs you can grab. It's a really good spot right here in the Rusty Pick. But that is a little popular spot, so just going to keep that in mind. You may have to go somewhere else. Right here at the White Spring Service entrance, all right? So if you spawn here, what you do is you take your little character, you turn them around, you go back a little bit, and right to the right-hand side, you'll see a little alleyway. You'll see a Mr. Handy sweeping with a broom, but you'll see a lot of dumpsters there. Tons of brain fungus there. Like If you've never been here before, you're like, wow, I didn't realize this brain fungus was here. Absolutely fantastic little spot right there. Right here, abandoned waste dump. Again, there are about 2 death claws in there, guaranteed. Sometimes there's a third one. Always assume there's a third one there because it'll just pop out and surprise you. But normally 2. Great spot for brain fungus and glowing fungus. Right here, Wendigo cave, same exact thing. I find the Mirelurks here are probably a little bit more dangerous than the Wendigo at the very end. But all kinds of brain fungus here and glowing fungus, as I mentioned. This place here, the Deep, all right? We've been coming here this past week and looking at some items. A lot of brain fungus down through here as well. Cave crickets, etc. Now, the mire is a pretty good source of brain fungus, just kind of walking around, okay? Just kind of hanging around, etc. And you can definitely check out more so in around the waterway areas, but it just seems to grow quite abundantly here, so keep that in mind. The General Steakhouse, you actually spawn across the street right about here, and you just follow around this little river system. Lots of brain fungus down through there as well. And in around the Cranberry Bog, we do have these Sundew Grove areas as well. And you can check those out. Abandoned Bog Towns, pretty good little spot along this little roadway right here and just off the roadway. Lots of little areas of brain fungus down along there as well. All right, Jim, let's go to that spot here in White Springs. The White Springs service entrance. Let's go ahead. Now, the service entrance is not a free fast travel as you saw there, so just kind of keep that in mind. All right, so all you do, just take a little guy here, just kind of back him up a little bit here if you can. There we go. And there's our Mr. Handy right there, kind of sweeping around. As you can see, there's our brain fungus. Now, we do have a perk card that will help us out here for sure. It's under perception. It is called Green Thumb. We try just mess with harvesting flora. So any other type of flora in the game, for whatever reason, when you pick up 2 using this card, you only get credit for 1 for a daily weekly challenge. However, pumpkins and brain fungus, when you pick up 2, you actually get credit for 2 for the daily weekly challenge. Don't know why that is. It's been like that for quite some time. It's something I always like to kind of make a mention. Let's go ahead here. As you see there, I got 2. I picked up 2, got credit for 2. Now, brain fungus is one of those things that actually works as it should. There we go. Like brain fungus 5 for 5. And as you can see there, all this brain fungus we can pick up here. Excuse me, buddy. Lots of bones all down through here as well. But yeah, lots of tons and tons of brain fungus here. Pretty awesome. All right, let's see what's next here, Jim. Go ahead, kill a Brahmin too. So this one here is quite simple. Probably one of the best ways and best spots for this one is good old Flatwoods. Doesn't matter what level you are. Let's go right to Flatwoods here. There's 7 Brahmin down here in total. Now, if you do come down here, if you're new to the game or what have you, and the Brahmin are already dead or they're not popping up, it's not that they don't spawn here anymore. It's just that someone got here before you. So you'll have to server hop to this location, and eventually you'll get on a server where these Brahmin will pop up. Now, I think there are other locations where Brahmin will pop up. It's been a long time for this cat here. Let's take a look here. And someone can definitely correct me for sure. But I thought it was in around one of these Blood Eagle areas, like Seneca Game Camp. I think that's up too far. But somewhere's in around here, there's like a large watering hole. And sometimes there's 3 Brahmin that used to spawn there. Not exactly sure, and I can't remember, but yeah, so if someone wants to chime in, by all means, but yeah, I think there's some down here. But that's why I usually mention Flatwoods for the Brahmin, because they're just easy, all right? It's right behind that house with the yellow star. Here's our couple of Brahmin right here, and I recommend just taking out the 2 that you need. Burp, there we go. Kill a Brahmin 2 for 2. So the 3rd one is right there. Okay, and there'll be 2 more over here. Let's take a look at that just while we're in the area. But most people, even the new folks, will know their way in and out of Flatwoods. There's a 2nd one up there. Another one right here. And then there's 4 right around the corner from where we're at. Yeah, this is a much easier area. And always remember with these daily weekly challenges, the game doesn't know if you took the easy way out or the hard way out or made it more challenging. All it knows is whether you completed it or not, all right? So 4 Brahmin altogether right around here, just on the other side of this garage here with the yellow peak roof, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's see what's next here, Jim. Cripple Mirelurk Slim 2. So many great spots we can find Mirelurks here and around the game. If you go back to our map screen there, Jimmy boy. 6, not including the Queen at the Toxic Dry Lake Bed. 5 here, the New River Gorge Resort. 3 by the swimming pool area, and 2 in a house just south of the swimming pool area. Probably one of the best spots is right here, Ohio River Adventures. Okay, so there's about 4 or 5 grown adults. There's lots of nests. There's about 7 Mirelurk nests down here. And one thing good about those nests, and you pick up those Mirelurk eggs, 2 things will happen. First thing is you will actually pick it up. Second thing is it'll explode. Now, when it explodes, is a little Mirelurk hatchling or baby Mirelurk that pops out, and they will count as a Mirelurk. And you can actually use VATS and switch around and kill them that way. And if you talk to good old pal Fishbones, he's part of the Raider faction. And if you go to the dialogue, he'll actually have a little mini event that pops in about 12 to 14 Mirelurks, which is pretty awesome. That's probably one of the best spots right here, Ohio River Adventures. 4 right here at Lake Reynolds. Now these next areas are a little bit more of a challenge. We have north of the Myers Eye, and again around this area right here. A Mirelurk City within a vault, in Vault 94. Highland Marsh used to be a really good spot for Mirelurk eggs and Mirelurks, but there are Mirelurks here, but someone mentioned to me just the other week that there are anglers there now, so just kind of keep that in mind. There used to be a queen up here as well, but yeah, just make a little mention there. That's what we got here. Quarry X3, again 5, not including the queen. Hemlock Spring Stomp, very high level area. There's about 3 kings there, a couple Razor Claws, and about a king and a Razor Claw right here, Slumber Mill Motel. So many great options there for us for the Mirelurks, okay? So let's go up to one of my favorite spots. It's the Toxic Dried Lake Bed here. Let's pop up here. Now we're going to try to cripple using this melee, and of course you guys know who have been following me since the beginning know that I'm not a huge melee guy. More of a ranged weapon kind of guy. But I've been trying it out this past week just for something different, okay? And so we're going to go ahead here. So we're going to try this melee weapon. And again, we do get a cripple the Mirelurk Slim. So any limb will do. Head, torso, arms, and legs, whatever you want to call it. But I do find for the Mirelurks, because of how they are armored, it does matter. Actually, like when you shoot at their shell, like it does hardly any damage to them or hit at their shell. I usually recommend going for the head, all right, for the Mirelurk limbs, okay? But and I find the legs and the little claws that they have on them, those little meaty claws there. I find sometimes you can kind of miss even using VATS. That's why I recommend going for the head. With a small daily like this, you can just kind of go ahead and free game, or just like what I'm doing right here. Sometimes we do have weeklies, or we have to cripple like 18 to 30. And there is a couple perk cards that will help us out here. One is Under Perception. And I don't think I have it equipped here, but that perk card is called Concentrated Fire. Oop, passed it, Jim. Now, they did change this card around the last 8 or 9 months or so. But basically, if your perception is 5 or higher, you don't need this card anymore equipped. But if your perception is lower than 5, you will need this card. And this allows you to move your VATS around from head, torso, arms, and legs. And for the weekly challenges that we're doing, like 18 to 30, using your VATS and using this card or your high perception will definitely get more bang for your buck. You can go left leg, left arm, right arm, head kind of deal. And with the right weapon, you can actually cripple 2 to 3 cripples per enemy, all right, with the right weapon. That's not a, one shot, one kill kind of deal. All right, let's go ahead here. We're going to try using our VATS here. All right, so okay, good stuff. So we are crippling these guys with this melee weapon. You guys probably knew that already. And you're like, well, this Jim here, he's quite a cat here. Yeah, so I'm new to the melee stuff, so you got to, I didn't go, I wasn't in my, oh, there we go, I switched back. See, that's what happens. You just used to play for so long a certain way. It's kind of hard to get out of that. But at least we got it done. And if anybody had actually mentioned, who's a member here, long member here in the channel. He had mentioned scatter shot under strength, 20% damage dealt to limbs applied to all limbs on your target for crippling. So that card really helps, especially for melee. He had mentioned. So yeah, so that's pretty awesome. Let's take a look at the next one here, Jimmy. All right, catch a fish 3. So again, in order to catch a fish, you will need a fishing rod. Only one way to get a fishing rod in here in game is by completing the quest called Casting Off. You come down here to Fisherman's Rest. Again, it becomes a free fast travel once when you discover it. Very straightforward quest, very easy to do, but just in case you are new to the game, I do have that quest here on the channel. It's all timestamped, but it's pretty straightforward, as I mentioned. But once when you complete that quest, you get your fishing rod. You can craft your fish bits. You can craft your grilled fish, and you can do this daily repeatable quest, which pops up every single day, called Big Fish in a Small Pond. So you will need to do that first in order to get your fishing rod. Now, when you're looking at the map and you're new to the game, don't always go by the map with water areas, right? Because sometimes there's no water there at all. Sometimes the streams are too shallow and too narrow to fish, okay? But one area that is guaranteed for sure every single time is the Ohio River right along here, okay? Especially if you're short on time and you just can't think of where these watering holes are, right along this Ohio River here. Unless it's more specific of the area, you can always count on down here. Now, we do have a few areas up here where we are at the Toxic Valley. So we're going to put this thing away here, and we're going to walk right over here. We are able to fish over here. Now, you're going up to water. If you go in too far, you see how it gets grayed out, so you can't fish. So you got to back out a little bit. And if you're in an area where you cannot fish, it'll be grayed out totally. So obviously, you can't fish there. So you have to wait till it's highlighted there. So let's go ahead and fish. The little guy just automatically whips out his fishing rod. Yeah, I recommend using common bait for the daily, weekly challenges, but it's really up to you what you want to do. We're going to use improved bait here because we don't have a whole lot of common bait with us. You do a little bit of fishing. The sawgill there. Yeah. So we do have Catch a Fish weekly challenge. So there's our Catch a Fish 1 for 3. So, oh, I hit the wrong button there. Oh, we went in too deep there. As you can see, it's very easy to do. Very easy to do. I just got to fish 2 more times here. Now, fishing in the game is very much like fishing in real life. It takes chews up a lot of time. Okay, so keep that in mind. Next thing you know, a couple hours goes by. It's like, what was I doing this entire time? Fishing in a game. Oh, okay. That's this bad boy here. All right, walleye. Nice. All right, one more time here, Jimmy. Oh, we're gonna miss it. Oh my god. Yeah, would have been a good one there. What was that, guys? What was that? Don't know. Probably that one that looks like a snake. Or an eel, whatever it is. Purple eel, whatever it's called. Alright, there we go. Alright, catch a fish 3 for 3 done, just like that. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got one left. Scrap pre-war money 5. So I do have a video here in the channel showing you some great locations for pre-war money, some pre-war money ideas. You can check that video out if you so wish. I just made it last year in 2024, and nothing's really changed in terms of that. So a couple different ways is Wavy Withers Water Park's a pretty good spot. We were just here just the other day. Lots of cash registers around, and once when you spawn in and you go to the main entrance, you just hang at like a left, like a really hard loop. There's a manager's office there. I call it the manager's office anyway, even though there's no signs, but I call it the manager's office. But there's 2 cash registers there that are pretty reliable. There's usually a couple of pre-war money right on the desk. There's a safe there. Now, talking about safes, any level safe, level 0 to level 3, will always have pre-war money in it, all right? So just a little mention there as well. If you come across a safe here in the game, they are everywheres. But again, the cash registers are always hit and miss, okay? You can go through that place and you might have good luck. Other servers, there's like 0 luck at all. And just a little mention about those cash registers. Right around Morgantown is a pretty good spot. So right about here will be an event called Back in the Beat. Very last door that the robot opens is a bank. Lots of pre-war money just hanging out in there. I think there's about 4 or 5 safes in there as well. Pretty good spot. One of the best spots is an event called Collision Course. Okay, come here to Morgantown Airport. You run down the runway, you get the quarantine zone. So that's an event that you can spawn in yourself by getting to that area. You have to wait all the way to the end. There'll be a government aid drop, and that government aid drop will have anywhere from 99 to 101 pre-war money. Now, the great thing is about this spot is you don't even have to complete the event. Okay, you don't have to complete the event. All you have to do is, if you have a little bit of time, server hop Morgantown Airport on public servers. Chances are someone on that server did this event because it's a popular event to do, because you can spawn it in yourself. And whether you completed that event or not, if you see government aid drops there, you can loot them. So just give you an example, a couple years ago, I came here on public servers. There was 3 government aid drops there. Didn't even do the event. I was just server hopping. And there was 3 government aid drops there. I was able to loot all 3 of them, and I ended up with over 300 pre-war money, plus a bunch of chems, plus a bunch of weapons and armor. Absolutely fantastic. Wolves. Wolves are a good source of pre-war money as well. So if you come over here to Teller County Fairgrounds, there's an event called Leader of the Pack. Lots of wolves there. 3 packs of wolves. At the very end of that one, there's a wolf horde that happens in around this area. Again, even more wolves, which means more possible pre-war money. Just north of Grafton is an unmarked location. It's either mongrels or wolves that show up there. 6 wolves here at Autumn Acre Cabins. Now, corpses. Corpses are also a good source of pre-war money as well. If you come here to Morgantown Airport from the train station side, okay, you'll see like a little dance floor there. There's probably about 4 or 5 corpses around, and usually they're pretty good for pre-war money there as well. You can check that out. And of course, down through Flatwoods, we have a couple stores down there with cash registers. You can try those out there as well. But the best bang for your buck will be Collision Course. And what some of you actually mentioned what you guys do, you do the event, or you just come here and server hop like I mentioned, grab the pre-war money and put a bunch of it in your stash or scrap box. That way there you can do your daily challenges, weekly challenges, and if you're looking for cloth, you can scrap pre-war money to get cloth. All right, that's another thing you can do there as well. So we're up here at Weavy Brothers Water Park last time. Let's pop into Morgantown Airport here. And we're going to try out those corpses that are there. As I mentioned, if you know a lot of great spots for safes, you can do it that way as well. Alright, so we're going to take care of some of the scorched in this area. Because usually they're going to be running around. Oh, okay. So here's this little dance floor as I mentioned, and here are the corpses. So that 2 pre-war money there. And dog food. No, nothing. 3 pre-war money, so we have enough pre-war money here, so that's pretty awesome. And there's 1 more corpse right down here in this green sea can here. Usually he's pretty distant. No, comics and bubblegum this time. Okay. Yeah, this is the way to do it with melee right here. Wow. You guys probably already knew that. Oh yeah, we can just nail it right in there. Because I find what I was doing with the other view, I was just going through them or too close to them or something, and I wasn't getting in the hit kind of deal. And of course, it's a medium weapon in terms of quickness, and nice. I don't think there's anything in here. No. Oh, I will take that though. Burp. Okay, there we go. So I think all we needed was 5. Let's take a look here. Just 5. We picked up 5, so that's fine. And don't forget, as I mentioned, to call in Collision Course. You're going to go all the way to the end, way down there to the quarantine zone, all right? Let's go back to our camp. We're going to scrap up the pre-war money we got here from those corpses. And you'll find corpses all around the game. They're just kind of hanging out. But they're not the bone corpses. We're talking about the, you know, the meaty corpses. If that makes any sense. Put this way, Jim. Alright, let's scrap this up here. So you see there's our item stats. Get our cloth from it as well. There you go. Scrap pre-war money. 5 for 5 done. Just like that. Pretty awesome. And I think we are done here. We are. Nice. Not too bad here. Not too bad. Just a lot of explaining. I like to kind of help you guys out as much as possible. Let's take a look at weapon of the day here. What's this? Okay. Furious Power Fist. Plus 5% damage per onslaught slack. Plus 9 max stacks. Plus 50% limb damage. Plus 3 endurance. Furious. Crippling endurance. No upgrades. No appearance. There's only 2 mods for this bad boy. 698 damage. Medium speed, as I mentioned. Now, it is a lot more damage than per usual. It's because I'm a ghoul and I'm in feral mode there on the top, or sorry, the bottom right-hand corner. So if we go to our Pip-Boy under stats and effects, see it pop up. There we go, feral. So being feral, I do get a plus 150% melee damage increase. That's why I have a little bit more damage than if I wasn't a feral ghoul or if I wasn't in a feral way. Perk cards. Take a look at perk cards here. Again, nothing real special. Just the same loader that I've been using for many different type of weapons. It seems to be working. Okay. Legendary perk cards. These don't change for me. They stay the same. Very happy with them. And as you can see, they're all maxed out. And, of course, our armor here. Take a look at our armor. Aristocrats Ultralight Secret Service left arm. Chameleon Ultralight Secret Service left leg. Mutants Ultralight Secret Service right arm. Resistant Secret Service under armor. Troubleshooters Ultralight Secret Service right leg. Vanguard's Jetpack Secret Service chest piece. Yeah, so there we go. Another one down. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, NotMeButMeYesMeThatsMe, Drew, Banjo, Waywarner, John, DJ59, Picquerist, Gwen Trutnau, Tony Watson, FelixTheKat, Benny Bunny, AJ Folz, Adolfo Perez, Ozzy's1, Ricardo 186, Eric R. Shepard, Zach M. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.